Grace and peace be unto you this evening. We bring you greetings from the Great Abba Father's Ministries and the Great Abba Father's Global Broadcast. And tonight, in our segment of what's happening in the community, we have Miss Karen Cuthrell, the CEO of Emotional Intelligent Factory. God bless you, Miss Cuthrell.
Bless you back.
Good, good. Glad you came out tonight. Tell me, uh, who is Emotional Intelligent Factory?
Oh, the Emotional Intelligence Factory at Skyland. In December, we purchased Skyland School from the county, and in canvassing the community, we wanted to know the community wanted the community. And so we found out they wanted something to deal with education, they wanted workforce development, they wanted a school there or a classroom for the babies, and they wanted some place for seniors to come and be able to enjoy themselves. And so when we purchased the school, we had made those promises, and that's what we started out to do. Skyland is divided into two spots. You have the annex, and then you have the big school. The annex was the low-hanging fruit, so we said we would start out and refurbish the annex first, and that's what we've done. We've refurbished the annex, and it's amazing, and we're doing what we said we're going to do. We're doing workforce development. We're starting there. We're also doing something very, very important. We realized that the children from Rolling Hills didn't have anywhere to go this summer, and once we got our certificate of occupancy, we opened the doors to Skyland in the evening to give them emotional intelligence training, literacy training. We have literacy, we have arts, and we have, we have financial literacy training. We have a clothes closet there, so we're doing exactly what we promised the community we were going to do, and we're very successful at it.
Yeah, well, that's excellent because I saw on the news a few months ago that they sold it to a nonprofit group, and here we have you here.
Ain't he amazing? He's right here
God
sitting.
is good.
Right, yes, he is. Now we're sitting right here on the couch. Yes, he is.
And not only this Emotional Intelligence Factory, it's not just for one person, it's for the total family.
It's for the total family. If we don't reach the total family, we can't have change. It starts with the parents.
Right.
People don't know emotional intelligence starts with the parents. Parents have to really, at this point, go back and do their own emotional journey. Figure out what happened to them. We so often want to blame people. They're not doing this, not doing that, not doing that. You have to ask the question, what happened to them? And when you find out what happened to them through their adverse childhood experiences that they have not worked out, you'll see why they are at the place they are now. So it's not just for children, but it's amazing that children are taking it home to the parents. The children are easy to come. They're learning in school. They're teaching their parents because parents just aren't onto it yet.
Is it fair to say that if a parent has not resolved issues they had growing up, that they'll more or less repeat some of the same things?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We were talking about that, about my own situation. I don't think my ex-husband has resolved some issues, parenting issues, and you repeat them. But they can break them, but sometimes you do repeat them. And that's what's happening. If you haven't resolved yourself, it's going to repeat itself. And so that's where the healing comes in. And that's where the God comes in also, because you need God to do the healing.
Amen.
But you have to be very honest with yourself and honest with who you are, what happened to you. There's no embarrassment with God. What happened to you, and how do I move forward? And it comes with emotional intelligence, self-reliance, self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Those are the 4 keys.
Very good. Who influenced you to do this? Was it a person or God influenced you?
Absolutely. This is not what I thought I'd be doing at 66 years old. I thought I'd be working totally with my company called the Feelings Company, where we developed a set of characters called the Feeling Friends, where we teach children to identify, express, and manage their feelings successfully. At this point in my life, I thought I'd be sitting on the beach just writing books and writing scripts and just enjoying myself. I had no idea that I would be opening Skyland School and refurbishing Skyland School, turned to Emotional Intelligence Factory. But you get what you ask for. 12 years ago, I came back to Winston from Maryland, DC and Maryland, and I looked at East Winston and I said, who dropped a bomb on East Winston? It was in worse shape than when I left here. And I realized that I stood at the door and I said, I need a building where I can teach emotional intelligence to my people. 12 years later, I got a building.
What prompted you to go after? Because Skyland is right in the middle the black neighborhood, and what prompted you to go after that?
It was twofold. Number one, I didn't want the building falling in the hands of white developers who were gonna create affordable housing that wasn't affordable for our people.
Very good.
Number two, us personal. We used to live on Graham Avenue. My grandparents used to live on Graham Avenue, which is 2 blocks up from Skyland.
Mhm.
And in 1971, the city came through with urban renewal and did eminent domain and pushed my granddaddy out to Morningside. He never really recovered for that. So in going after Skyland, I'm really taking back what the devil stole from me.
Amen.
And that's why I'm going for Skyland. That's why this is so important for me. But when you go for something, you got to do what you say you're going to do, and that's what we're doing.
Amen. With that being said, I applaud you for your tenacity, how you have come in and you just you come back and you set your mind to do something. God had put the right people around you. Um, when did you know you were going to do this?
When did I know I was going to purchase Skyland? Or when did I know I was?
When did you know you was going to be in this field and
Oh,
purchase the property and everything? Because what I'm trying to do is build a picture of how you came back and you just started going that way.
this is a 34-year journey for me.
Okay.
I was on assignment from God back in 1990, my daughter was 6 and diagnosed with depression.
Okay.
And so the doctor said, you got to find something to get her to talk about her feelings. And at that point, there was nothing on the market. So I created something for my daughter to give her the vocabulary to talk about her feelings. And I've been on that since then.
Okay.
And so when it came back to Winston-Salem, I knew that what I had, a curriculum and those kind of things would be good. But it's not easy in Winston-Salem being a black woman as an entrepreneur. And as you know, the black women raise less capital now than Hispanic women to start a business. And so I had some very good people to guide me along the way and did some great things at schools in the area. Kimberly Park Elementary School, for one, we built a fantastic, the first emotional intelligence playground in probably in the country at Kimberly Park Elementary School. No one knows it's there, where children learn emotional intelligence, the vocabulary. They can bring it to the hallway, supposedly they can bring it to outside to the playground. So it's totally there. So I've been in the field for 34 years, but this piece right here came to me when a person, Jimmy Bonner, came to me and said, do you know they're selling Skyline? I said, no. He said, let's go see it. We went to see it. I said, when is the proposal due? He said, tomorrow. I said, there's no possible way. But with God, there's a possible way.
There you go.
There is. But I said, no possible way. He said, there is a way. We found out that someone had put a bid in on it, and the county has a process called an upset bid. You have to upset their bid. We went to the county as community and said, you know, you need to stop this process. It wasn't fair. You put a piece of property up in the black community that you never advertised. We weren't successful in stopping that process. They changed their process and said when they put a piece of property up for sale now, they will put a sign up. You know, if you put a sign up, more people would have bid on it. But that right there, we just did this upset bid process. And we had community behind us. And so community went some places that we couldn't go as potential investors that we couldn't go. And there's one place that they went that I can't say where they went, but 10 days later, he withdrew his bid.
Very good. Very good. We will have to bring you back on our entrepreneur show because there's maybe someone out there that they want to do something, and some of the things you have shared with us tonight that will enlighten them. What I'm impressed with that you said that you thought you would be somewhere writing books and doing this,
Absolutely.
and God had you to do this,
Absolutely.
and so that's just the kind of God that we serve, and I can see them wanting to get that piece of property over there to do what they always have done, misuse the trust of the minority in the area. But the fact that the Lord opened up the door and you got it, that says a lot about who you are as a businesswoman. That says a lot about who you are as a person. And you're doing it. How many children do y'all take in during your program, like say for your summer program?
For the summer program, we have a summer program. We did not advertise. Everybody there that's working this summer is a volunteer. And we take in whatever children stop by and knock on the door.
Wow.
You know, I was there one day and I said, I'm not going to open the door. I'm trying to do work. And God literally spoke to me, who do you think you are? I gave you this building, open the door for my children, for my people. So now we open the door, we ask how we can help them. Sometimes they just want water. We keep water there. We've been very good with donations. People have sent donations to us. We give them water, we give them snacks. But sometimes these little boys say, Miss KK, can we just come and chill? Absolutely. We have air conditioning. You don't know what other people's circumstances are.
Right.
And instead of judging them, you should just help see where you can help. And the best thing that we do in that building is that people show a lot of love. We lead with love. We lead with love with everyone that comes to the building. We lead with love, and that's the most important thing. And that's what the kids are feeling. And that's why we've developed relationships with them, and that's why they want to be there. Every once in a while, a parent shows up, but we haven't started that process yet because we realized that we had developed relationships with them. For the first 2 weeks, children were in the building right after we got our CO. I just let them run wild because I wanted to see who the children were and what we need to work on. Once we did that, we started putting some rules in place and some discipline in place and things in place, but they would do it because now they trust us.
Yes.
They trust us. It's a different group of children. That first step towards it is now. It's just beautiful to see, which says that we know that what we're doing is God's purpose and we're on assignment by God. And I tell everybody that comes in, this is a God mission. If you can't handle it, because it gets hot in there sometimes, devil's after us. If you can't handle it, then you need to step on out the door because this may not be the place for you.
Amen. Well, the Bible declares that with love and kindness have I drawn. And see, when you start dealing with children, eventually the parents gonna come and say, "I got to see what's going on."
Absolutely, absolutely. We have parents stop by and look in, and we welcome them in. We feed them as well.
Very good.
We want to be a part of the community. We have met with the Rose Hills Management, and they welcome what we're doing. They welcome, and so we're partners. We're forming partnerships in our community because when it gets to a point that we need things done, we're gonna get them done.
Amen. And it's a need because over the years, Rolling Hills hadn't had the best reputation. But when you put people there, it's going to show them you can actually change the atmosphere. And when the children come there, they got an outlet. This year here, we've been trying to figure out how to do grants and get money, do summer camps, and we could never get nothing. So what we did this year, most of it was my grands, but we did the summer camp for 3 weeks here, and my wife and my daughter and my sister-in-law, they did it for 3 weeks from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5. And we gave them breakfast, we fed them lunch, and they got a snack.
Absolutely.
So the point I'm saying, everything has a beginning. And if we do our part, I'm a firm believer, if we do our part, God will do the rest.
Absolutely.
And this is proof. Just like God did that for you, the sky is the limit. And this is just the beginning. We don't know where God's going to take us before this thing is over with. And I'm going to have you to come back on our entrepreneur show because women need to know this is kingdom building.
It is.
And if you put God first, I declare unto you, God will do what needs to be done. Because he don't see no gender. He don't see any gender. So when it comes to these types of things, we have to be able to stand flat-footed. And for you to do it, you're doing it well. And we salute you. And we want to be able to bring you back on our entrepreneur show and share. Last but not least, what would you say to somebody that has an idea? What would you say to our audience if they got an idea? And what would you tell them to do?
Have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about your troubles and your problems. He'll hear your faintest cry. Answer by. That's why I say you have to start your business with God first. With God putting him first. And he talks to me. You know, he used to sing those old hymns growing up. And he walks with me. I'm a hymn girl now.
Yeah.
He walks, well,
there you go.
At my grandparents at Metropolitan, they told us we were going to hell. But because we were young when we were younger.
Yeah.
But now I understand I'm a hymn girl. Meaning you can always draw upon that hymn. Surround yourself with like-minded people.
Amen.
And never let anybody tell you no. But if you put God first and make it his assignment and give it back to him, then he's going to make it happen.
Amen.
It may take time. And the road will not be easy. But he'll make it happen.
Amen. Very good. This is our segment tonight. This is our segment tonight on what's happening in the community. And we have Sister Karen Cuthrell, CEO of the Emotional Intelligence Factory. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you.
Join us next time for the Greater Abba Fathers Ministries global broadcast with Bishop Scottie White Sr. and Pastor Erlene White. And please join us for Sunday morning worship at 11 a.m. at 4634 Chatelain Drive in Weston St. 7106. We're the church where God is moving, and we're moving with God.